Today, every day, small cap investors visit Agoracom knowing this is the day to discover the world's next great company, to have their dreams come true. That's why I take to the open road, to find them, to tell their stories, to engage them, to bring them to life, because they want to connect with you from your office, your phone, your home, anywhere. Agoracom, find your dream.
Welcome to CEO Interviews, a production of Agoracom in which we take the time to speak with small cap executives about what's happening at their companies. With us today, I'm happy to have for the first time ever, Paul Antoniazzi. He's Managing Director at Opawica Explorations. The company trades on the TSX Venture Exchange under the stock symbol OPW. Now, for those of you who are new to the story, and that's going to be a lot of you, the company focuses on revitalizing known mineral discoveries and resource opportunities in the best jurisdictions. The company has acquired 100% interest in a land package covering, and I'm going to read this, 7 kilometers of the Cadilac-lardner lake break, which is one of the most prolific geologic structures in the world pertaining to gold deposits. So here to talk about that and what's happening is Paul. Paul, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, George. It's a pleasure being here with you today.
Now, before discussing this land package, let's talk a little bit about your 30 years of experience and success in exploration mining, because I think that's important for people to know in order to give even greater credibility to what you're about to tell us about Opawica.
Well, at a much younger age, I was fortunate enough to be employed by LAC Minerals. I was the senior project manager for North America. Probably looked after some $300 to $400 million in projects for them. During my tenure with LAC Minerals in the late 80s and early 90s, LAC Minerals became the first 1 million ounce gold producer and was later listed on the New York Stock Exchange in the early 90s. The majority of the gold production did come from Northern Ontario and Quebec in those days.
So safe to say you've got great experience in developing these kind of projects and getting them through to the actual production stage. So you're not intimidated in the least by the work you've got to get in front of you at Opawica, which is incredibly promising.
Not at all. I'm very familiar with it.
All right, so yeah, let's talk about that. So I mentioned at the beginning that you've got a 100% interest in this great land package covering 7 kilometers. As part of the land package, Opawica's got 2 properties that adjoin the Kinross-Yorbo joint venture property. That's where Kinross is spending, and I'm reading here, possibly up to $60 million to earn a 100% stake or 100% interest in the property. That's what I'm most interested here in discussing with you. What are Opawica's plans for the land holdings that are specifically next to Kinross's work?
Well, we have 2 properties. We have the Bazooka property, which ties on to the west of the Kinross-Yorbo joint venture. We also have a smaller package of land called McWaters, and we tie on to the east of the Yorbo Kinross property. We don't have many plans for the McWaters property coming in the near future, but as far as Bazooka goes, we are very excited about the fact that Kinross took a $60 million non-definitive or a definitive, option agreement with Yorbo. I'm told that in their latest press releases and in their MD&A of the year-end, the quarterly ends, that there was approximately 16 to 18,000 meters of drilling performed by Kinross on the Yorbo property. Yorbo had a small resource of about 410,000 ounces, which was It's in the public domain. I believe it was put out by Roscoe Postel in 2012. And it basically concentrated on the Ogmedo block. There was a shaft and a ramp situated there, and that ramp is located about 400 meters east of our boundary line and east of our mineral zone. So we're pretty excited about them being there. The fact that they spent I don't know, $3.5–4 million drilling 16 or 18,000 meters thus far is pretty significant. We tie right onto them, and as I mentioned, we are 300 to 400 meters away. Our boundaries are common.
Yeah, and that's exceptionally close, right? 300 to 400 meters.
Yeah, it's about 2 5-irons, I guess.
Yeah, because a lot of people say we are adjoining or next to, and they're kilometers away, and here you're 300–400 meters away. So sorry to interrupt you there, but I want to just make sure we emphasize that.
And we're very fortunate to be where we are. We have approximately, as you mentioned, 7 kilometers of the Cadilac-lardner rake running through our Bazooka property. Kinross and Yorbo, that property, the Kinross-Yorbo JV ground, has 9 kilometers of the Cadilac-lardner lake break running through their property. We also have a small shaft and a ramp located on our property, and we've done nothing with it to date. We've done a little bit of drilling around it back in 2011 and 12, but and had some great results, but we've concentrated on other drilling.
You've had some great drill results, correct?
We've had some drill results in 2011 and 2012 that did show significant amounts of VG in our core. We've had some extremely good holes. We have, I think one of the holes was 17 meters of 7.68 grams with other very significant holes.
Yeah, and you also had 1.25 meters at 94 grams per ton of gold. So, for that area, how good are those numbers?
They're extremely good. What we've noticed with our drilling and with Lakeshore gold drilling previously in 2003 to 2005 was the property is known for, I guess it's erratic high-grade gold with visible gold present, but there's also a low-grade mineralization of gold, and it's all between surface and 200 meters. I don't believe anybody's drilled a hole beyond 500 meters in this part of the Cadillac-lardner lake break. Speaking for us, our Lakeshore, I'm not sure exactly what Kinross has done in the past 8 months with Yorbo. They haven't put that release out yet. But we're extremely excited about the drilling. There was a hole drilled by Lakeshore Gold in 2003, and it was restated was approximately 55 meters of 1.48 grams per ton gold. Prior to our 2017 drill program, we reviewed the core and reviewed their results, and we come up and we're very comfortable with what they stated of a mineralized zone of approximately 50 meters. We drilled a hole 185 meters from that hole, the historic hole of Lakeshore, and we come up with an intercept mineralization of, I believe it was 55 meters of 0.65 grams. And again, all of these results are from surface to 200 meters. The nice thing about where we're situated is we have a company to the south of us called Granada Gold Mines. I believe they have, I think they've announced something in the neighborhood of 1.4 million ounces. And to the North and tying on to our west, we're fortunate enough to have Ridgemont mines, who have, I think they've announced in 43-101 in public domain something like about 3 or 3.2 million ounces. We're kind of like the little piece of meat between two slices of bread here, and we're very excited about it.
And Paul, you know, for everyone at home, you know, someone like me who's a bit of a layman, and especially when it comes, you know, in contrast to someone like you, how promising is it to be surrounded that way by such big deposits?
Oh, it's extremely important. We just know that these mining companies, as in Ridgemont and again Kinross, who are just coming back into Canada, which is very nice. Granada gold mines are presently mining in a small way. They're just ramping up. But this is so important for us. It's either the good thing is that we know the gold is there, and in 2012, I'll go back to the Roscoe Postle. In 2012, Roscoe Postle compared Yorbo ore to the ore that the Cadillac mine in Virginia Town was an extension of the Cadillac-lardner lake break. And Cadillac mines, over the years, over the life of the mine, produced some 10 million ounces. The ore from surface to 600 meters vertical was very erratic. Below 600 meters.
Sounds familiar.
But yeah, below 600 meters to 1,500 meters vertical, they found this flow ore, and it's green carbonate, and it averaged 10 grams per ton over 6-meter mining widths, and it just become a great operating mine for many, many years. The intention for Opawica, our intention now is to not concentrate on just the surface ore from 0 to 200 meters. We definitely want to drill and see if we can find possibly what Cadillac mine did below 600 meters. Our intent, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead, Paul.
So our intention now is to, as we speak, we're laying out a drill program for the Bazooka property, and we are looking at drilling to depth.
So when you have a name like Bazooka, you're
Yep.
actually not overstating it.
No, we definitely are not. This is, we're going to concentrate on, I can tell you, George, we will be doing drill programs, and but our focus now is to very shortly announce a 1,000-meter drill hole, probably to begin in the next 3 weeks, and it'll take probably 28 to 30 days to complete this hole.
It's just one hole, 1,000 meters.
Yes. Yeah. And
Wow, you must have a great deal of confidence in the geology and all the data that came behind making that decision.
Well, we have an extremely good exploration crew. Our senior geologist and our QP is very knowledgeable, and he's been on the property many times. He's very, very good at this. He is presently laying this hole out for us, so we're confident. And again, basically, you almost have to start at a vertical hole, and because it's going to flatten out on us, but we want to get to 1,000 meters. And if we are fortunate enough to hit some flow ore, we'll be good.
Let's talk a little bit about, we've talked about what you've got at Bazooka. We've talked a little bit about how you're surrounded. But what we haven't talked about, and this is a great way to end it off here, which is the Cadillac-lardner lake break. It's one of the most prolific geological structures in the world. And if my numbers are right, I think I really read that it's produced over 200 million ounces of gold. So you're truly sitting in elephant country. Is that what gives you a lot of confidence in your land package?
Definitely that, and the fact that in the last 9 years of exploration, in this area of the Cadillac-lardner Lake break, the immediate area. We'll use 16 kilometers, 9 with the JV of Kinross and Yorbo, and then our 7 kilometers, which then extends to the west again, which allowed Ridgemont mines to come up with 3 million ounces. They've done a hell of a lot more drilling than we have, for sure. I think we have at our core shack in Saskatchewan, Ontario, we have approximately 17,000 meters of core, drill core from the Bazooka property. We have all the drill core from Lakeshore Gold's drilling in 2003 to 2005, and all of our drilling. So we have, not on display, but we have it in core racks, approximately 17,000 meters. We've had our QP and our geologists review a lot of this core prior to our 2017 drill program, which allowed us to come up with the broader, the larger 50 and 55 meter intercepts. And at that time, that's what we were looking for. But now we're switching gears, and we will be looking to find hopefully some carbonate ore at depth.
All right, so that provides some comfort to people at home too, which is you went for a couple of smaller depths and hit exactly what you're looking for. So that also gives me, as a layman, watching and listening to you, that your team has got a pretty good idea of what it's looking for.
Oh, definitely, yeah. There's no doubt. We're confident that we're confident that there is ore body below where we've been drilling, and also where Kinross and Yorbo are going.
I'm going to ask you what everyone's thinking at home. Mind you, you probably won't be able to answer, but I got to ask you anyways. Have any of the big guys around you come knocking at all, even just have conversations and share data and things like that? Or
I can tell you I've had a luncheon meeting in Toronto with the big player, the gentleman that has the 3 million ounces there. Very good friend of mine. We both worked at Lac Minerals.
That's nice.
Very well respected in the business, and they're the same as every other major producer or mid-tier producer. Stuff between the surface and 200 meters intrigues them, especially with the high grade. But what they want to see is a mine, and that being 600 meters. And if you can make money extracting gold from surface to 300 or 400 meters to offset some of the cost of putting a mine into production, knowing that you have carbonate ore at depth, then the players become very interested. And I'm sure we'll be having some doors knocking, and phones will be ringing.
Well, and you're going to have our phone ringing to get you back on the show. But this is a great intro to. Don't worry about that. You got an office. We expect you to get phone calls.
No problem.
Don't worry about that. But you've given us a really great first look here at Opawica, because you have been operating under the radar, I guess, on purpose, and you're only now starting to get your message out to the market. And I think it's what you've told us here, and what I really like about this interview is how calm and reserved yet confident you are in what you're about to do. So that's the advantage of doing these kind of interviews.
I am very calm and very confident, as well as our exploration team. They can't wait to get the drill turning.
All right, and last question on that. Do we have an ETA for when the drill will be turning yet?
I would say within the next 3 weeks.
All right, so
maybe before the end of August, we will have a drill turning, and right. We will have the results of the. We do have a core shack lined up in that area, and we have a drill on standby, and we will be turning within 3 weeks.
All right, so it looks like end of September. Mark on your calendar. You're going to be back here and talk about the results. And it sounds like there's good reason to be optimistic, and I'll leave it at that.
Yes, I'll be happy to be back at the end of September with some results.
I love the confidence, Paul. I love the confidence. That's what happens when you get two Mediterranean guys on an interview like this, you know?
That's right, exactly.
Antoniazzi and Cholis. You can't go wrong. The Greeks and Romans are going to take over one more time.
That's right, exactly. You got it.
All right. Well, great talking to you, Paul. Even great meeting for the first time. And on behalf of everyone at home, thanks a lot for spending the time, because it's been a great interview.
And George, you as well. Thank you very much for taking the time to do this. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. You've been watching Paul Antoniazzi. He's Managing Director at Opawica Explorations. The company trades on the TSX Venture Exchange under the stock symbol OPW. You can find them on the web, opawicaexplorations.com. But also, make sure you get over to Agoracom. We've got all the information nicely laid out for you, where you can watch this interview again and again, and you can answer questions and get some answers back from management, as well as have some good, intelligent conversation with other shareholders who are no doubt going to start flowing in over the next couple months as Opawica gets going. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Have a fantastic day, and we'll see you next time.